Assalamualaikum and good evening. My name is Ahmad Shazani. I'm representing Group 6 from the class Social and Professional Issues, cisb412 Section 1. I would like to talk about the importance of ethics in IT professionals. In most countries of the world, the information revolution has altered many aspects of the life, significantly in commerce, employment, medicine, security, transportation, entertainment, education, and so on. Secondly, information and communication technology has altered in both good ways and bad ways in community life, family life, human relationship, education, careers, and freedom. By this, information technology is impacting all walks of life all over the world. However, many ethical issues have to be considered and developed in IT industry. Ethics are moral standards that helps guide behaviors, actions, and choices. Ethics are grounded in the notion of responsibility as free moral agents. Individual, organization, and societies are responsible for the action that they take and accountability of individuals. Organization and society should be held accountable to for other consequences of the action. In most societies, a system of laws codifies the most significant ethical standards and provides a mechanism for holding people, organizations, and even governments accountable. The development of information technology had bring many ethical issues, raises to questions of privacy, piracy, confidentiality, plagiarism, intellectual property, rights, and information availability issues in the computing world. The rapid development of information technology globally has also led to the growth of cybercrime. Cybercrime is the largest and perhaps the most complicated problem in the cyber world. According to the Oxford's Advanced Learner's Dictionary, the meaning of cybercrime is the crime that committed using the internet, for example by stealing somebody's personal or bank details or infecting their computer with a virus. A generalized definition of cybercrime may be unlawful acts wherein the computer is either a tool or larger, a target, or both. The computer may be used as a tool in the following kinds of activity, such as financial crimes, sales of illegal articles, pornography, hacking, online gambling, intellectual property crime, email spoofing, forgery, cyber defamation, cyber stalking, and so many more. Moreover, the use of many social networking nowadays also has become the reason why cybercrime raise. For an example, popular social networking sites such as Facebook and Twitter cause cyber harassment, plus a group known as Anonymous Hacker has threatened to hack into Malaysian government portal in 2011. So, ethics in information technology is important in the computer world of IT industry to prevent the cybercrime in the computing world. It could protect the IT industry clients and information of users in network communications. As IT professionals, ethics in workplace is playing a very important role to produce an ethical IT professional and guarantee their position in the field. This is very important to get customers or client satisfaction and trust to avoid loss of clients. They should have others such as conduct cybercrime activities which could cause damage or loss to others in the IT industry. IT professionals also should not misuse their position by selling their internal company data or information to a third party, which will bring loss to a company itself. As stated by Richard H. McEwen, to remain in the job of profession manager or profession, a person must follow the code of ethics and should always consider the safety and health of the public and also be faithful to their employer. Why ethics is important? In general, ethics is important because it governs human behavior towards much precise decision according to good pastor Nash and Debatinis. Ethics prevent people from doing wrong deeds. Let's say if an individual has no ethics, he will do the wrong thing whenever he believes it will benefit him, and he can get away with it. What is right? Someone might not be right by others. What is right by someone might not be right by others. This is to show that IT professionals must be governed by ethical decision in carrying their responsibility. According to Norman Creaney, in 2011, we all have sense of right and wrong, or good or bad. There are things that we there are things that we feel ought to do, or things that we feel we ought not to do. Ethics in the study of how we distinguish between these alternatives. 20 years ago, I had to search newspapers and magazines to find stories on computers and information ethics. Such stories were uncommon. Now many stories appear daily. They are so common that the fact that computing is involved is unremarkable. Stories about body parts being sold on eBay, or identity theft over the internet, or spam legislation all presuppose computing, but computing has no permeated our culture. That is not something uncommon, but something also everybody uses. In a sense, much of the ethics has become computer ethics. IT professionals can benefit from ethics. Having a code of ethics allows an engineer to object to pressure to produce substandard work, not merely as an ordinary moral agent, but as a professional engineer or a doctor or clergy, etc., can say, as a professional, I cannot ethically put business concerns ahead of professional ethics. IT professionals are not escaped from this code of ethics. In addition, Davis gives four reasons why professionals should always support their profession's code. First, supporting it will help protect them and those they care about from being injured by what other engineers do. Second, supporting the code will also help assure each engineer a working environment in which it was easier than it would otherwise be to resist pressure to do much that the engineers would rather not do. Third, engineers should support their profession's code because supporting their profession's code help makes their profession a practice of which they need not feel embarrassment, shame, or guilt. And fourth, one has an obligation of fairness to do his part in generating these benefits for all engineers. Harris et al. Summarize Stephen Arger's analysis of the possible function of a code of ethics. First, it can serve as a collective recognition by members of a profession of its responsibilities. Second, it can help create an environment in which ethical behavior is the norm. Third, it can serve as a guide to remind its specific situations. Fourth, the process of developing and modifying code of ethics serve as an educational tool, providing a focal point for discussion in classes and professional meetings. Finally, a code can indicate to others that the profession is seriously concerned with responsible professional conduct. Given the argument developed so far, clearly ethics is important among IT professions. On top of that, professional license to practice in their profession is considerable. However, well-defined and clearly written professional codes of conduct such as Code of Ethics in Association for Computing Machinery is pleased to be practiced in order to professionally ethical. The accused of misconduct should be afforded at minimum the same rights that are given to those who participate in conventional legal system. There will never be one right answer to an ethical dilemma, just a series of possible solutions from which to select the most appropriate for all concerns. Every IT profession will be faced with an ethical dilemma sometimes during his working career. IT professions also makes ethical decisions every day during the regular course of information technology work. It is important that IT professionals strive to make their work functionally correct and safe. While no person can solve all ethical dilemma, it is important to solve that to know that there is support and resources available for IT professional in need. Rarely in IT career is the problem, but it is always responsibility. Because IT profession create practice which have profound effects on society, they are responsible to society to make